It's not a coincidence. It's definitely a message from... What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to tell the signs from the universe. The first one being that we all notice a lot is song lyrics. You'll just be driving or listening to different music and all of a sudden certain lyrics will pop out at you, or maybe you're listening to the radio and you change the station and then you have an inclination to change it to a different station, and all of a sudden these lyrics pop out at you and they resonate with what you have going on, and it kind of makes you think and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird, that's kind of coincidental. It's not a coincidence. It's definitely a message from your higher power, your angels, your spirit guides, God, whatever you want to call it, the universe. It's all one and the same. Pay attention to maybe things that are popping out at you that you wouldn't notice normally, because that's the way they communicate with you, because they can't just come and speak to you the way we speak to each other, so they have to use creative ways to speak to you through various forms. Number two, advertisements. If you are driving and you see a billboard, or you're at the store and you see a magazine headline, a television commercial, a radio commercial, or anything that's talking about something, like you were looking to get into school and all of a sudden an ad pops up for a college nearby, that would be a message that they're trying to send to you. Open your eyes and kind of take notice of things that pop out at you that maybe didn't before, because that is definitely a message from them. The next one is your dreams. A lot of us either don't remember our dreams or we do remember our dreams. So when you do remember your dreams, make a journal and write down as much as you can remember about that, and then go do some research on what that dream means. Maybe you'll have a couple nights in a row where you're having a consistent dream, or the dream has like a similar message to the dream you had the night before. Take notes, and then you can go do your research and be like, okay, so I see that there's a theme here they were trying to get through to me, and that's the message that they're trying to send. So pay attention to your dreams. That is going to help you a lot too. People. They like to use people. The universe uses people to speak through other people. So if you have a friend or a colleague, or maybe some random passerby that you meet at the gym or in the grocery store, whatever, that you hear talking about something that resonates with you, or you just pick up on something, or your friend has a conversation with you and all of a sudden something comes up and you're like, I was just thinking about that the other day. That's so weird that you say that. That would be them speaking through that person to you to fulfill that message that they're trying to get across. The next one would be numbers. I myself find that my spirit guides and my angels and God, the universe, communicates through me with numbers. I see numbers all the freaking time, and they're synchronicities. A couple years ago when I was going through my awakening, I saw the numbers 1111 all the time, and then I did some research on it. I found that the message I resonated with that meaning was that I was going through an awakening, I was having the blinders lifted, and I was starting to become more enlightened, and I started to pay more attention to my surroundings, to things that were popping out at me. I started meditating, I started changing my diet, eating more nutritious foods, going to the gym religiously, doing things that were like heightening my spiritual level and giving me more energy. And I started to be able to be more receptive to the messages that were coming to me. Once I saw 1111 and I understood that, it was like, okay, they've made their point of contact with me and they knew that that was a way to get through me. So maybe your angels and spirit guides and God is using a different method to reach you, because they're going to reach you in a way that resonates with you. They're going to reach you in a way that they know you're going to receive it and be open to receiving it, whether it be through people, whether it be through TV, the radio, whatever. They're going to use whatever they can until they make that impact with you or that contact with you. And then once they notice that you have received that message, they're going to continue to probably use that form to keep sending you messages until maybe you are more open to a different avenue. I was in a really bad toxic relationship a couple years back. I saw the number 555 all the time, and 1234 when I was with him, and this was before I became a personal trainer. And 1234 is a message about taking steps in life to get to where you need to be. So I would always look at that number and be like, okay, so am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? I'd always question, like, what am I supposed to be doing next? Help me figure that out. And slowly but surely I was able to figure it out. But the first number that kept coming more than the 1, 2, 3, 4 was 555. And at the time when I looked up that number and I read what it said, there's multiple meanings, but it's the one that resonates with you that you're like, that is the one that feels like it resonates with me. When I read that message, the meaning of the number 555 for me meant let go of the old that is no longer serving you. And I instantly knew, like, oh, I have to break up with this person. That's what that means. This person is not for me. I have to let go of it because there's nothing I can do any further to change the scenario. It is what it is. He is who he is. I'm going this way. He's going this way. It's just not going to work anymore. And sometimes people block your blessings, so you have to part ways, if you will. And if you come back together later in life, maybe that happens, or maybe you guys only came together to help each other learn or grow at that point in time, and then you guys both had your impact with each other the way that you're supposed to. You've made your mark with each other. You taught each other things that you're supposed to learn, and then now it is time. You guys have fulfilled your purpose with each other, and now it's time for you to part ways. So I parted ways with him. I spent 2.5 years single, working on myself, being by myself, following the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, trying to figure out what that was. So I started blogging, I started my Instagram, and I really enjoyed fashion. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna take pictures and post about outfits, and that was something that I was really passionate about. So I just did more of that. I was into art, I would draw a lot, paint a lot. I just kept doing things that I was passionate about, and it ultimately led me to where I am now. The numbers that followed thereafter was 222, 333, 444, and I see those consistently all the time, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4. I still see that every now and then, but I do see 1111 a lot, and that to me, now that I have made that connection with 1111 years ago about it is my spiritual awakening, it now resonates with me as being stay focused on how powerful your thoughts are, and that your mind and what you envision and what you think about is like a snapshot to the universe. So whatever picture is in your mind, it's like the universe takes that snapshot and you are starting to manifest on that stuff very quickly. So you always want to be, in tune with how you're feeling and how your emotions are and how your thoughts are. Not that you have to be obsessively corrective about it, but every time I see 1111, it's like a reminder to me to be like, okay, where am I at? What am I thinking about? Even though I do that multiple times throughout the day, I check in with myself, I still use 1111 as like their way of telling me like, okay, maybe you want to check in with yourself right now, because sometimes I forget. So we're all human, we forget. And 222, to me, the message that I resonated with was that I just need to be kind of like a light worker and like help people understand what I know now and help people become the better version of themselves. That's how I resonate with that number. With, having motivational videos, or on my Insta stories, I do a lot of motivational stuff as well. This is another area that I have found passion with, so I'm just gonna ride that train until it takes me to the next destination, and then, who knows what that's gonna bring. So it's always about like tune into your intuition and receive the message that they're trying to give you however it's supposed to come to you. Just be open to it and then it will come. 333 is with the Ascended Masters, because Christ died when he was 33. So it's a very powerful number to mean that like the Ascended Masters are surrounding you, that God is with you, you are surrounded with love and you are protected and not to worry. 444 for me meant that basically you're on the right path, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, keep going. The next one I would say, the closing to it, number 6 is intuition and guidance and your urges. Like follow your urges, because they are from a higher power. So if you get an urge, like one day, maybe you're looking for a job, let's say, for example, and you get an urge to go to the grocery store one night, and you're like, I have no reason to go to the grocery store, but I feel this urge, I feel this inclination to go there, so I'm gonna go there. And you go there, and maybe you end up in the potato chip aisle because you're bored, it's late at night, and you had the munchies. I mean, who doesn't? I'm always hungry, so I'd probably end up there. You end up in the potato chip aisle, and you see some other person in the potato chip aisle, and you both are contemplating potato chip flavors, and all of a sudden you spark up a conversation about potato chip flavors and maybe some other things, and then come to find out this person has an opportunity that maybe resonates with what you're seeking, and all of a sudden, bam, there you go. There was a reason for you to go to the store at the time that you went, and had you not followed your intuition, have you not followed or listened to your guidance with them, you would maybe miss that opportunity to meet that person that led you down this new path that you're headed down. Intuition is very important. It's very powerful. And the more you be calm, the more you be open and from your heart center, like allow don't have the blocks or the blinders of like, oh, this is all mumbo jumbo, because if you have that, they can't reach you. They can only reach you when, as they say, and I'm going to quote the Bible verse here for a minute, ask and you shall receive. It's very true. Not saying that I'm religious by any means, I'm just saying that I do believe that there are some truths within the Bible that resonates with people as a whole. So looking at that verse and saying, okay, ask and you shall receive, it's kind of like we do have free will on earth, but if we don't ask for help, it's like they can't really step in and help you unless you ask for it. Yes, they can protect you, but they can't really intervene unless you ask for that help and that guidance. And on that note, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it has helped in some way. I hope that now you have a better understanding of what to look for, listen for, feel for, all of that. Just stay open, stay positive, and take the blocks out. Let it come, let the guidance come, and you will be led to your greatest destination. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a blessed day.